G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in the north of the map, we have got White Wolf Palace. And we are playing this game as part of the Pro League. This is the brand new $20,000 3v3 tournament hosted by Littlecore. If you're unfamiliar with Littlecore, I'll leave a link down in the description so that you know who he is, where to find him. He's a fellow caster. We're probably going to be doing quite a few casts together for these games. I know that you guys absolutely love team games, so we are going to be bringing you plenty of content. Taking a look down on the opposite side of the map, though, we've got Tastiest Bird 333, Sani Ireal, and Freedom Drop 825. Now, these three players are all playing the same, or these two teams are playing the same civilization, so we do have a Civ mirror. So we've got White Wolf Palace that are going for French, Mongols, English, and then their opponents are doing the same thing here. So we're going to get rid of this off the screen because that takes up a lot of real estate. And we're going to talk a little bit about this because the map is Arabia. There's going to be plenty of action here, but obviously it is a mirror. And so there's going to be less diversity than what you would typically expect. No Rus players, no Chinese players, no Holy Roman Empire players. So I guess what we're expecting is to see double cav and longbows. That's what I'm expecting. Now, keep in mind, this is a very big tournament. There's a lot of great players here. You guys will recommend, or will recognize rather, Mr. Yo, who is one of the best Age of Empires 2 players in the world, and he's obviously playing Age of Empires 4 as well at the moment, and he's going to be playing the English for us today, so curious to see exactly how his micro goes. I always loved in team games being the ranged unit player. I always felt much better because, you know, it's very rare that you lose your mass. The cavalry is typically going to be taken out quite early in the fights, but the longbow player or the skirmisher player, you know, the guy with the long range stuff, he's not going to have to worry too much about losing his things. He's going to just be, you know, focusing it down. I remember back in Age of Empires 3 having 5 control groups for my skirmishers because 5 skirmishers would one-shot a musketeer. So you get 5 skirmishers and you put them in a control group, but take a look at what we've got here. Have we got ourselves a little bit of a forward tower shenanigan happening right here? Mr. Yo, Bad Koala, his teammate, is definitely heading forward at the moment. Now, I'm curious to know whether he's actually spotted out the bases of the... It doesn't look like they've spotted the Mongol player. They might think that this is the leftmost player, but it definitely doesn't seem that way. Player's definitely looking, but yeah, this is the first bit of action that we're going to be spotting out here, and probably a tower rush right onto this gold. So this is the French player. I think, okay, so this is what they've done. They've identified the French player, and they're going to target the gold here. This is such a smart move, because you've got to think about this, right? Okay, from their perspective, what's happening here? Well, you know, they're probably going to be going double cav longbow. As I mentioned, you know, like the Mongol player, he's going to be doing horseman, spam, horseman, like double horseman. And the French player probably going to be going for knights. And then the English player going to be going for longbows. So what do? They want to stop the French player from gathering as much gold as they can. And now we've got a tower coming down here. Was this potentially scouted out by the team? Let's have a look and see Tastiest Bird's team. It doesn't look like there's any scouts that have spotted this out. Obviously, there's spears coming out and about onto the map for the opposite Mongol player, but it looks like this tower or this outpost might actually get up. Now, there's going to be a little bit of leverage that they can hold from this tower or this outpost, but keep in mind they will actually be able to get one down over on this side here and get it down a little bit further, a little bit closer. But really nice spotting, and now they're going to see the villagers coming out as well. This is getting scouted out by the scout, but such a smart move when you think about it. It all comes down to controlling this gold. If they manage to secure this gold and prevent the enemy from taking the gold, then they're going to be absolutely fine. Now, when it comes to the English player, you know, you're not going to stop them from collecting wood. It's just not going to happen. There's so much wood to be gathered, but gold is one of those resources that really it's difficult to gather. I mean, if he's unable to gather from this mine, he's going to have to come out over here. It's a lot more susceptible to being raided. Nowhere really close by. But now we've got villagers coming out from the other Mongol player. So Freedom Drop going to be bringing out some villagers here. Going to be forced back. And we do have that outpost coming down. So this is exactly what I was talking about. As soon as I saw these villagers come out right here, my first reaction should have or would have been, if I'm being Sani, is to immediately drop an outpost right in this position. That guarantees to hold it up, because now the villagers are going to get pulled. 6 villagers coming out nice and early here. And these spears are going to be doing their best. He's actually just sieging straight for the outpost, not even bothering to try and take down the villagers, but he's going to be able to get inside there, and he's going to be able to isolate this gold mine completely. He should be able to get the arrow slits upgrade, and that's going to basically mean that he'll be able to cover the entire gold mine. Actually, it looks like he's going to be able to cover the entire gold mine. And there it is. So that right there is all part of the plan, because you can see there are Royal Knights coming out right now. For Sani, we'll change over to his perspective and see what he sees. There's a bit of a scout up here just hiding out in the stealth forest, but very, very nice early aggression here coming out from Bad Koala and White Wolf Palace. So they're doing a great job. But now we can actually see that the French player is beginning to move out towards the gold vein that's on the opposite side of his base. But I would suspect that there is probably... A villager does go down. Not paying attention, not paying attention. Bad Koala does manage to get that one inside, but you can see just so little damage done there. What's going on over here? Jeez, you hear those guys screaming out. They were having a fun time, weren't they? But my main concern is this is going to get spotted out. And in the event that it does, it is going to be subject to significant raids. Longbows coming out now, looking to force away the longbows of Yo. Not too many bows out at the moment in the base. That's because there is a flank of 5 heading forward at the moment. So we'll tune in with Mr. Yo. We'll see exactly what their team is up to. And it definitely looks like he's beginning to build up a decent mass here. And coming in, we've got Freedom Drop now reaching the feudal age. So one more player to go. That's Bad Koala, who is yet to age up. But he's... Does he... Oh my lord! Look at this! Look at this age 1 play from Bad Koala. Bad Koala, you are indeed an interesting player. So he has gone for triple pasture. This is very curious because he did a barracks opening. He's on... Oh my gosh, this is actually nice. I really like this play. He's got the Gur out here in case he needs to... Or for obviously for gathering up those... For gathering up the gold, but... This is, and it's very interesting. So he's got 4 spears in there, 5 spears in there. That's enough to bust through that. I mean, if he wanted to, he could really start doing a lot of damage. But, I mean, he's managed to isolate this gold. I think it looks, to me, it just sort of looks like he wasn't going that aggressive. I initially thought it was going to be like everyone's going ham, but it doesn't seem that way. It just seems like he's delayed the French player a little bit. He's going to be able to spot the knights coming out still as well. So it's going to be something that he is aware of, that his opponent is doing that. But now going to be searching around, Bad Koala, looking out, getting about, and looking out towards the other gold mine. You can see so many villagers on gold as well. That's a lot of villagers on gold. Sani, are you going up to the 3rd age? You might be going up to the 3rd age, actually. There's 8 villagers there. Heading inside. Oh, he might actually get those off. Khan going to go down. 3 sheep going to go over to Sani as well. So, not a bad job from him. But, yeah, plenty of units out over. And, I mean, at this point in time, everything is sort of gone to plan. Well, I shouldn't say gone to plan because they were definitely on the defensive, but, I mean, at this point in time, Mr. Yo's team, White Wolf Palace, aren't particularly, you know, they're not really putting a nail in any coffin at the moment. Oh, what's this Scout doing? Scout, you got to wake up. Or Scout almost went down, but now it looks like Spear's going to get caught, or rather, the Scout going to get caught. But, yeah, I mean, at this point in time, everything looks to be going okay for the underdogs. Because when it comes to this game, you know, I would definitely say Mr. Yo's team is going to be the favourites coming into this. But I'm curious to see what our Mongol player is going to be up to. We'll take a look from Bad Koala's perspective. So, going to be thinking about going up to the 3rd age, I would imagine, with this many villagers on gold. You can see there's just so many villagers on gold. And adding in a 4th pasture. So, he's really going ham on the pastures. And I love this, just committing to age 1 for so long. Because, you know what? Why not? Why does he need to go up to age 2? He's going to be going up to doing a fast castle anyway, so he might as well just spend a little bit longer in age 1. It just makes total sense. So really smart move. Professional scouts coming in for Mr. Yo's teammate. I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but the French player, he's got plenty of knights beginning to mass up here. Longbows out and about as well. 14 longbows out on the field. We'll take a look at the unit counts at the moment. So just a whole bunch of archers actually coming out from Freedom Drop. Sorry, I take it back. It's Free Form Drop. I've been saying Freedom Drop this whole time. But now Archer Knight beginning to push up against the French player. They're heading towards the pocket. Now, keep in mind, both French players have opted towards the pocket position here. So you can see that players are able to choose. There are fixed positions in 3v3. So these guys have elected to play in the pocket. So both French players on the team doing a pretty decent job here. But yeah, we'll take a look down towards the opponent's base. You can see that he's still managing to control out a large portion of the south of the base, but now going to be pushing towards the main gold mine, and this is where it gets concerning because the gold is really what's going to keep him afloat when it comes to units, when it comes to tech. We'll take a look from the perspective of Sani and just see exactly where he's up. You can see he was probably thinking about getting up to that next stage, but now in a really difficult position. He needs some archers back here. Multiple knights getting taken out. That's the second knight getting taken out. On the front line as well, it looks like the longbow is going to be pushing out, managing to do very effectively, and this is part of the reason why longbows are so good in these team games. Once you get the mass built up like that, and beautiful overwhelm right there coming out from Yo and his teammate, Mr. Blue. So doing a great job there. But these spears, and now it's starting to look like it is all coming apart. Sani definitely falling back and not having any gold available to him. The first gold mine down towards the south has been isolated. The second gold mine up towards the north is getting isolated by these spears. And I fear that Bad Koala is probably going to be up to the third age very soon. There he goes, within seconds of it. So dropping down the step redoubt, a little bit of an awkward location, but I guess he doesn't really have gold close by. I mean, if I was him, I'd probably be dropping it just right here. Makes it a lot easier, less walk time, but very well played by him. We'll take a look over at Mr. Yo and see what he is up to. We'll have a look at the economic upgrades for him. So it looks like he doesn't have the mining upgrade, does have all of his lumber upgrades, and he's got the wheelbarrow as well. So he is well and truly on his way to booming very efficiently. Obviously playing the English as well. He is playing very well. I'm loving this style from him. But now down towards the base of Tastiest Bird 333. It looks like the Knights are actually going to catch a couple of these longbows down here. Now, keep in mind, these guys have got their +1 ranged defense, so it means these guys are only going to be taking a little bit of damage from the longbows. 3 damage. But Villagers going to be coming back here, looking to reinforce, potentially get inside that town center and just really start firing it off. But all of these units have gone down now. Unfortunately, there are 16 villagers in that town center. It's going to begin to slowly shotgun. You can see those Royal Knights just going down, but at the end of the day, this is such a tough position right now for Tastiest Bird, and I definitely would think that Mr. Blue at this point is enjoying the chicken that he has been served. Back towards the base of his ally Sani, and he is definitely in a difficult spot as well, and I suspect this might be a good game already, just from how much we're seeing Mr. Yo's team on top of him already. And look at, is this the new meta? Yeah, the fact that he's got 4 pastures out this early. We've seen both of the Mongol players doing this. Bad Koala now reaching that next age as well. So we'll have a look at Freeform Drop and see just how close he is to getting up to the next age. 1400 wood in the bank, drop a second TC, drop 5 pastures, and then click up to the next stage, my friend. That is a lot of wood that you've got saved up. But Bad Koala now reaching that next stage. We'll tune in with him and see exactly what he's going to be dropping down. So separate out, where is it off to? There it is. So he's got the faster moving buildings. Look at all the villagers coming out. 16 villagers. I feel like that's a lot. But he's got the double stable, so going to be looking to produce mass knights, or mass lancers rather. And now the ram is finally finished over for Mr. Yo. We'll tune in with him and see how he's doing. Units are looking incredibly strong at this point in time. Going to be adding in that second ram. Got to be careful here. The villagers could pop out on the front line and just one-shot that ram. You know those villagers, they love to do it. Here they come. You got to be so damn careful. There they come. One. It wasn't actually a one-shot, but it will be a 2-shot almost. Yeah, there you go. Basically, we'll call it a 2-shot. So pretty decent trade right there. I'd be happy to take that trade if I'm on the defense, but now it looks like a couple of the Knights making a bit of a mistake. And now how do you deal with this longbow mass? Where is the mass from Tastiest Bird? At this point in time, he's sitting on 22 population, 19 of which are economic units. He's got absolutely no units out whatsoever. Stone Wall going to be coming in for Sani as well. He's looking to try and, I guess, buff this area up. Probably going to be adding in a tower, potentially. I suspect that's probably what he's looking at or thinking about. Longbows around the back as well for Mr. Yo, doing a great job of just forcing the villagers out. And this really just looks like it is a difficult spot for Team Tastiest Bird. Stonewall's now going to be coming down. I don't know if he's like trolling, you know. I see these posts on Reddit sometimes. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be able to wall your allies in. Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe Sani is doing that. Is that the play that he's going for? Probably not. I think he's going to be adding in the tower. But now beautiful mass of longbows as well as those knights, and beautiful screen right there. Mr. Blue doing a great job covering Mr. Yo. Villager's going to be coming out, falls back with the Rams, doing a great job, and Mr. Blue's just got so many more knights out than his opponent. Sani having a difficult time. Freeform drop reaching the castle edge, but it might be a little bit too late. Back towards the base of Sani, there's absolutely nothing going on apart from just a couple of towers just firing off. But I'm curious to see where Bad Koala is and what he's up to. He is raiding his opponent to death, so Freeform drop under a significant assault. 3 Lancers out at the moment. He's got the +1 range upgrade in. Still 1 battering ram remains at this point in time. You can see the Knights just rampaging through the base of Tastiest Bird 333. Keep in mind, he did lose all those longbows earlier, and unfortunately it means for him that he's got no mass. Mr. Yo just continues adding to it. You see the reinforcements continuing to come down, and this has got to be the game. There's no other way it can't be the game. We've got the raids continuing, and look at all the Lancers just coming in at this point. There's just absolutely nothing these guys can do. Tastiest Bird surrenders as his town center drops to the ground. There goes Sani, and Freeform drops out of the game. Fellas, if you have enjoyed this cast, make sure you check out Littlecore for more Pro League content. I'm going to be casting plenty of these games, so if you're looking forward to it, let me know in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Or will I? Maybe I'll just show you quickly what it looks like. Villager count, you can see right there. Not too bad. God, look at that villager count right there for Tastiest Bird. Yikes. Military count. It all came down to Tastiest Bird losing that. And in these team games, it's so important to keep your military together. Tastiest Bird offering himself up for a little bit of a voluntary meal, unfortunately, wasn't too successful. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.